In this video, let's discuss how long it'll likely take you to get your summer body. And if you're part of the free 14-day Summer Day Success System, welcome to day number 2. Now, the answer to this question depends on 3 different things. Number 1, how lean you currently are. Number 2, how lean you want to get. And number 3, how aggressive you want to be with your weight loss approach. Now, I strongly encourage you not to be overly aggressive with your weight loss approach because you can only lose so much fat per week. If you try to lose any more than that, you're just going to lose muscle mass throughout the process. So a general rule of thumb, if you want to maximize your fat loss and not run the risk of losing any muscle mass throughout the process, is to aim to lose between 0.5 and 1% of your total body weight per week. So if you weigh 200 pounds, you'd be aiming to lose 1 to 2 pounds per week. The exception is that first week where you're always going to lose more weight. The main thing is that you're going to be eating less. So there's going to be less food in your digestive system, which has weight to it. So how much more you're going to lose really depends on how much you're currently eating right now. If you're really overeating at this point, you could see a dramatic drop in your weight just in that first week. But if you've pretty much been maintaining your weight through this process, and you still want to be aggressive with that 1% of weight loss per week, so 2 pounds per week, that first week you might see 3 pounds of weight loss. So it really depends on how much you're consuming right now. But again, after that first week, things should level off. Now, from my experience, 25 plus years of coaching experience under my belt at this point, I have found that most people respond really well to aiming for that 1% of total body weight loss per week. So again, if you're 200 pounds, aiming to lose 2 pounds per week. It's aggressive enough where it gets this fat loss phase done and over with as quickly as possible, but it's not too aggressive where most people can stick with it. But some people do find it a little bit more challenging. So if you do find it a little bit more aggressive for yourself, you just cut it back. Just get yourself somewhere within that 0.5 and 1% of your total weight loss per week. Take a slower and steady approach. It's just going to take a little bit longer to achieve your goal, but at least you're going to be able to stick with it through the end. Whereas again, like I said, some people just want it done and over with. Now, what's really important is that you weigh yourself daily. I strongly encourage this. Detach emotion from the experience. It's just data. So don't put much weight on your daily weigh-ins. That's pun intended there. What you really want to look for is the weekly and the monthly trends. Your daily weight is going to fluctuate. Even if you are absolutely consistent with your intake, your lifestyle is completely dialed in, consistent day in and day out, you may still find that your weight spikes up for whatever reason. It could be just the meal that you had the night before. Maybe it was a little higher in protein foods that are going to take a little bit longer to digest. So you're still going to have some more food in your digestive system the next morning that you typically wouldn't have. Maybe it was a little saltier and it's just causing you to hold on to some water weight. Maybe you're just under a little bit more stress that day. There's so many different factors that can have an impact on your daily weigh-in. Or maybe you had a really good bowel movement that day and it's way lower than normal before. So there's all these different things that can impact your scale weight on a daily basis. So you want to make sure that you are paying attention to those weekly trends. And I have some people ask me, well, why don't I just weigh myself once a week? I think that's a huge mistake, because what if it happens to be that day where you have that spike in weight for really no reason at all? Everything's been consistent with your diet and your lifestyle. And you're thinking, oh man, why am I not losing any weight here? I'm doing everything right. Maybe I should eat less here. When, man, if you looked at the rest of your weigh-ins throughout the week, you were on a downward trend there. You're doing all the right things, but again, maybe your food wasn't completely emptied out of your bowels, or you didn't completely empty your bladder as much as you did the previous days. There could be a lot of reasons that cause that weight spike that day. If that's the day you weigh in, it could totally screw things up. You can make changes that you don't need to make. Or like I said, if you really emptied yourself out that day, maybe you ate your last meal was a little bit earlier in the day than previous days, and your weigh-in is a little bit lighter this day, you could think, oh man, my fat loss is a little bit more aggressive. I need to up my calories that day. I'm eating too little here. I don't want to run the risk of losing muscle mass. I better start eating more. But it was just that one weigh-in. So that's why I like to detach emotion from the experience, plot the data, look at the trends. That is what is most important. So how long is it going to take you to achieve your goal, this lean summer body that you're aiming for? If you look at taking the aggressive approach, losing 1% of your total body weight per week, let's say you weigh 200 pounds, so you're losing 2 pounds per week, and you have a goal of losing 20 pounds, it's going to take you 10 weeks to achieve that goal. Maybe a little bit quicker, because if you lose a little bit more in that first week, maybe lose 3 pounds, maybe lose 4 pounds, you might be able to achieve that goal in 9 weeks from there. So a few things to consider here is that, 10 weeks is a long time. We can have different events and stuff that occur throughout that week. So there may be a 1 week where it's just loaded with gatherings, events, and lots of temptations and everything. And you decide, you know what, I've been pretty good. I'm going to enjoy these occasions responsibly. And maybe that means instead of losing 2 pounds this week, you only lose 1 pound. Or maybe it means you maintain your weight that week. So it's just going to mean that instead of achieving your goal in 9 to 10 weeks, it might take 11 weeks to achieve your goal. So really accounting for things coming up that could extend this fat loss phase a little bit longer than planned. If you're just going by the numbers of losing 2 pounds per week, I want to lose 20 pounds, it's going to take 10 weeks to get there. Just realize that life does happen. So it may take a little bit longer. Just give yourself permission for that. And again, as I mentioned in the previous video, day number 1 of this 14-day Summer Body Success is to focus on the process. Just nail your daily tasks day in, day out. The outcome is going to take care of itself. You'll get there when you get there. Now, other things to consider is that you may, if you have a goal of losing 20 pounds, you'll lose 15 pounds. You're like, you know what? I'm like really freaking happy with how I look at this stage in the game. And I feel like if I start getting any leaner than I am right now, I might look a little bit too skinny, a little bit too thin. And I'm really starting to notice that if I lose any more, I might just feel less energy. It just might not feel as vibrant and healthy. So I'm going to stop at 15 pounds here. So your summer body is achieved a lot sooner than you thought. Or maybe you get to that, losing that 20 pounds, you're like, whoa, I thought losing 20 pounds, I would have 6-pack abs at this point. And that's really what I'm going for. I know I'm going to feel my best. I want to aim, which I really recommend. Forget about like the visual impact that you're going for. The goal is to look and feel your best. So like I was just saying there, you get to losing that 15 pounds, like I feel my best right now. If I lose any less, I'm not going to feel my best. Don't push it just because you had this vision in your head that you wanted 6-pack abs. That's the ultimate goal. No, the goal is for you to live your life to the fullest with confidence, pride, zest, and vitality. I want you thriving in all aspects of your life. It's not just about the look, the body that you're going for. This is you living your life to the fullest. So if 15 pounds is it, that's it. But you may get to 20 pounds and you're like, man, I still feel a little bit heavy. I still feel like I'm not moving my best. I didn't realize, I thought 20 pounds was going to be the goal, but maybe I have to lose another 10 more pounds in order to get to that point where I'm thriving, where I'm actually moving my best, feeling my best, able-bodied as I possibly can be, and I'm achieving the look that I desire. Then you just keep pushing it. Once again, it comes back to just focusing on the process, not worrying so much about the deadlines, the goals. Nail the process day in and day out. The outcome is going to take care of itself. So you just have that heightened sense of awareness to how you're feeling throughout the process and stop when it feels right to you. We're all different. We're all built different. Some of us thrive when we have 6-pack abs. Some of us thrive when our beach body, our summer body is more like a 4-pack. For some people, maybe a 2-pack, like whatever, we're all different. So really listen to your body. That is the key throughout this process. So it's going to take as long as it takes, but it's just to give you some sort of insight into how long it might take you. Use that formulation there of aiming to lose between 0.5 and 1% of your total body weight per week. And if you have a goal in mind, just kind of work it out there. Like I said, 200 pounds, you want to lose 20 pounds. If you weigh 200 pounds, you want to lose 20 pounds and you're aiming to lose 2 pounds per week, that 1% of your total body weight, it might take 10 weeks to achieve that goal. So a few things to consider. There's no like set in stone answer. Again, just focus on the process, that the daily processes and the weekly goals, as long as you're between that 0.5, 1% of your total body weight per week, you should be in good form. If you have any questions at all, please do not feel afraid to do not hesitate to ask. You can drop them down in the comment section below. You can send me a DM on Instagram or on Facebook. You can send me an email. I got your back through this entire process here. I want to see you succeed. I want to see you not only achieve your summer body, I want you to keep it for life and continue to improve for years and decades to come, thriving in all aspects of your life. So I got your back. Don't be afraid to reach out. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please do me a huge favor and smash that thumbs up button. I'd really appreciate it. If you don't want to see other videos like this, be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that alert button so you're notified each time I upload a video. If you know a fellow bro who would benefit from watching today's video, please do me a favor and share it with them. But like I said, more than anything, I'd love to hear from you down in the comment section below. Share your thoughts, share your insights, share your feedback, your personal experiences, and any questions that you may have. Before you go, don't forget to download your free guide, Lose Fat, Get Jacked. I'll include a link down below in the description, as well as a top pinned comment. Have yourself an amazing day. I'll catch you in the next video.